But Sam George, did you sympathize with him that he is a young, bright, dynamic member of parliament, distinguished himself as Minister of Information in the first term, wrote a great campaign, both in his constituency and for the national campaign, must have to come to the floor of parliament before he gets renominated as a minister? Did you sympathize with that position?
Whether I had sympathies for that or not was inconsequential when it came to my decision to vote on the floor of the House. I am one person who the base of my party would tell you and would testify that I see myself as an activist member of parliament, a member of the grassroots. I came from the base, I remain a man of the base, and I align with the base. My alignment in this vote was with the base. Unfortunately, he's my constituent, I'm his MP, but my party base said vote against them. I voted against all 3 nominees, even though our votes were supposed to be secret, but I'm willing to share that here because ultimately for me,
so when he won, when it came up that he had won, how did you feel?
Well, we all felt...
You voted on the losing side.
We all felt gutted, but I mean, that's politics is sports in a certain way. You win some, you lose some. You can't win every election, okay? You want to win every election. Every sportsman wants to win a race. I mean, and like I said, it's led to a lot of introspection. If you watched the videos, the footage from the 9th of the 6th of January, the election of the speaker, and you saw, I use myself as an example, the amount of my mileage in the chamber in terms of my movements. And
did you kick any ballot boxes?
Well, the videos are there. I didn't, and but I stood up to the military.
Yeah, you did. You like doing that, and military and police.
Yeah,
but that's great.
I like to stand up to people who want to abuse
for your rights, isn't it?
Absolutely, and help us to resist oppressors' rules. lines from the national anthem, you know. But if you watch the footage of the 9th of the 3rd of March, you'd realize that our mileage was different, because again, like he said, at times you want leadership, you want a certain sense of direction. So when you get that kind of direction, like I said, I'm an activist MP. I'm a foot soldier, call it, who's found himself in parliament. And so what we do, what we need to do, what the base wants is what I would do. The base made it clear they wanted a speaker. We delivered a speaker. On this issue of the voting, yes, the base had spoken. But like I said, there were certain lapses and gaps in the whole communication chain. And that led to lack of clarity.
Wasn't it a victory for democracy on that night? That 18 of the NDC. Mr. Speaker. Wasn't it a victory for democracy?
Respectfully, I've made the point that is one way to look at it. A victory for democracy.
Is that not the better way to look at it?
I am not in parliament on the ticket of democracy.
That's interesting.
I'm in parliament on the ticket of the NDC. For democracy to happen, you need political parties. There's a vehicle that brought me here. That vehicle is not democracy.
I get that.
Okay, it's just like me wanting to leave here and go to Ningo.
So you're going to toe your party line?
Wait. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to leave here and go to Ningo. There's a road. I can't walk from here to Ningo.
No, or you can't go to Kumasi and come back.
I would sit in a vehicle. Now the road is democracy. The motorway is democracy, but that in itself is not what takes me to Ningo. What takes me to Ningo is the vehicle I sit in, and that vehicle is the NDC.
Some people are going to disagree with you on this one.
Well, people are free to do that, but like I said, given my orientation and my belief and my upbringing in the NDC, I believe that my first loyalty is to the party. And whenever you watch me write on social media, I always make a point that my loyalty or my fidelity is to my party and country.
Party first?
Absolutely.
Country second?
The country,
so you don't believe in Ghana first?
The country exists because there's a party. The democracy we have, if there's no political party, do you have a democracy? Can you have a democracy without political party?
Democracy is more of principles, isn't it? Is it about parties? Democracy is more of principles. Independent media.
Go and stand on the ticket of principles. And let me see.
It's an interesting conversation that I'm sure social media will pick it up. What do you have to say about this? It's interesting. It's both right and wrong, isn't it?
Well, I think that some of these propositions are interesting to make, but in the end, they don't necessarily derogate from what the fact is. The fact is that in the end, he told his party line, others told the line, others didn't. We had a certain democratic outcome. That democratic outcome is what allows me to serve today as minister responsible for information. That democratic outcome is what allows Speaker Bagbin to serve today as the Speaker of the 8th Parliament. Because again, if all of those on our block had told the line, like he has argued, that would not have happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those arguments you can make, and I think they are fair arguments to make.
So those are not traitors, are they? Are those people traitors or
they made their own
they are
decisions.
gems? Are they gems of democracy?
They made their own decisions. I am not interested in tagging them in any particular way. I benefited from it. I'm not interested in tagging them in any particular way. I'm interested in the outcome and what it does for our country and our governance moving forward. I respectfully disagree with my brother when he says party first before country. I think that country first before party, and that is why.
But the ballot paper didn't have country.
No, well, it
had
did.
Kojo Oppong Nkrumah and the NPP colours.
It did. It had Parliament of Ghana
first at the top.
At the top, before it comes to the persons on it and a yes or no.
But
country
sorry,
first.
Kojo, respectfully.
Go ahead.
The wishes of the NDC, except you tell me that the wishes of the NDC, of a political party, are at variance with the wishes of the country.
They are noble. They are noble.
The wishes of the NDC is to see a better Ghana. A Ghana that is better off for our kids. So if I ascribe to the NDC and the ideals of the NDC, which in itself ascribe to a better Ghana, it's one and the same.
But the micro ones, the micro ones of...
That's why I'm making the point that you can, spend 30 minutes
on this one, yeah.
The fact is that in the end, there was a certain mixture in the bowl that created a particular democratic outcome, and we're moving forward with it. How does this therefore translate into dealing with the problems that, the thousands of people who are watching you tonight, I imagine, want to see us deal with? I'm not sure they really want us to spend 3 hours going on that one. They want to see, okay, that outcome is here. You have Finance Minister Kenofurata, you have Speaker Bagbe, you have Oppong Nkrumah as Information Minister, you have Sam George as Member of Parliament for Ningo. My MP, I'm planning to move out of his constituency, by the way. Because